Get out.
What? Suddenly told by my husband Adam to leave. My mind went blank. We got married shortly after finding out I was pregnant a few months ago. The birth is approaching, and I believed we'd soon be happily living together as a family of 3. But now, he's trying to kick me out of the house. Does he expect me, with no income, to survive on my own? Wasn't he looking forward to the arrival of our baby? As I struggled to accept reality, he delivered the final blow.
Get out. Don't come back until I say you can.
Wait a minute. This is so sudden. I don't understand.
Just shut up and leave now.
My husband, furious like I've never seen, yelled at me. Terrified by this new side of him, I fled the house. I'm Jane, 28 years old. I studied design at the technical college and got a job at the production company after graduation. Our company gets requests for designs, illustrations, company logos, and brochures. That's where I met my husband Adam. He worked for a fairly large company and came to us for a brochure design. I was assigned to his project, and we had several meetings to ensure everything was done right. At first, it was all business talk, but gradually, we began sharing personal stories. Discovering we both enjoyed movies, we started meeting outside of work. About a year after we met, we began dating. We just celebrated our 2nd anniversary. While eating our anniversary cake, I brought up something important. Hey Adam, I have something important to tell you today.
What? You look so serious. You're scaring me.
It's not bad news.
Phew, okay then. So what's the important news?
Well, actually, I pulled an ultrasound photo from an envelope and showed it to him. Seeing it, he widened his eyes and murmured,
Is this what I think it is?
Yes, I'm pregnant with our baby.
Are you serious? No way! Wow! I'm so happy. But why am I tearing up?
Don't cry. If you cry, then I will.
Oh man, I'm really happy. Thank you. I promise to make you happy.
Thank you, Adam. I want to be happy with you and our baby. That's how we decided to go from lovers to spouses. But there was one problem. Adam's mother, Holly, didn't approve of our marriage. When we went to his parents' house to announce the pregnancy and our marriage, his father, Derek, smiled happily. But Holly glared at me and accused me. You seduced my son. What are you playing at? I don't seduce him.
You're just after his money because he works at a good company, aren't you?
No, I genuinely love him.
I wonder about that. You're just a technical college graduate. Don't get too comfortable with my son.
I felt completely invalidated and couldn't hold back my tears. Derek tried to intervene, but Holly showed no sign of remorse. In the midst of this, Adam yelled louder than anyone.
Mom, enough! Why are you angry, Adam? I'm doing this for you. If you're thinking of me, then don't badmouth the person I chose. Jane is talented and doing great at her company. You don't need to defend her. You can do so much better than her. Jane is the most important person to me. She doesn't deserve your insults. Adam.
Holly looked tearful. She adored him and seems to fluctuate with every word he said. Despite her opposition, we collected our paperwork and registered our marriage the following month. We officially started our married life 4 months into the pregnancy. Holly's words had hurt me, but we managed to get through it. I thought we would support each other going forward, but at that time, I didn't realize a huge storm was approaching our marriage. I noticed it around the 5th month of my pregnancy. My company has a policy for early maternity leave, especially since the CEO is a woman who prioritizes health during pregnancy. After I announced my pregnancy, they encouraged me to take maternity leave early. Grateful for my colleagues' kindness, I started my leave in the 5th month. Every heartbeat and ultrasound movement filled me with incredible love. I truly understand the preciousness of having a child with the person I love. Now on maternity leave, I plan to take it easy for the baby. I dreamed of going places with Adam and our baby. While showing him the ultrasound, we made plans for the future. Hey, where should we take our baby once they are born?
Well, how about we all go to the aquarium we love?
I was truly happy seeing my husband talk excitedly about it. Then, a few days later, while I was taking it easy and doing housework, the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, there stood my mother-in-law Holly, looking perplexed. "Oh, hi, Holly." She frowned at my calling her name.
Don't call me by my first name so casually. And how long are you planning to leave me standing here?
"Oh, sorry, please come in."
You are quite disrespectful to your mother-in-law.
She rudely kicked off her shoes and burst into the living room, sitting on the sofa with a sigh.
You weren't sleeping, were you?
"No, I was just cleaning."
Cleaning, huh? But I saw hair on the hallway floor.
"I've only vacuumed the living room so far. I was going to do the hallway next."
You always have an excuse, don't you? Really? Is that how you tricked my son too?
"No, it's not like that."
Well, whatever. I came here today to tell you something important.
She stood up abruptly and came close to me, pointing coldly at my now slightly noticeable belly.
Just because you're pregnant, don't bother my son. Raise that child on your own.
"Excuse me? What are you talking about?"
There are better women out there for Adam, not someone like you from the bottom rung.
"How can you say that? That's too much."
Shut up. You changed my son. He used to be such a good boy, but you made him strange. Divorce him.
She threw holy water on me, shouting,
"Demon!"
while splashing it. I was beyond keeping my composure. Why? Why does this have to be happen to me? I just want to be happy with Adam and our baby. She seemed satisfied seeing me soaked in holy water and left soon after. Meanwhile, I felt completely broken. I should tell Adam about this, but I was too ashamed to admit how much his mother hated me. The next day, letters started arriving daily for Adam. At first, he didn't pay much attention, but recently, he has been frowning as he read them. One day, after reading a letter, he crumpled it and trembled. Concerned, I cautiously asked him, "Hey, you have been getting letters recently without a sender."
It doesn't concern you.
Why are you speaking to me like that?
Just drop it. It's my mail, not yours.
Sorry. After that day, his attitude became colder. He used to come home on time, but now he's late. On weekends, he used to go out with me, but now he goes out alone. Whenever I ask what he's doing, he just says,
"It's none of your business. Don't worry about it."
Even when I told him our baby was a girl, he briefly smiled, but then quickly went back to being expressionless. Can we really continue like this after the baby is born? That thought tightened its grip on my heart. As my pregnancy moved into the later stages, and the due date was 3 months away, Adam came home early one day, looking gloomier than ever. The air was so heavy, I struggled to speak. But knowing something serious was up, I forced myself to ask, "Adam, is something wrong?" He wouldn't look at me. Then, in a shocking cold voice, he said something I will never forget.
Get out!
What? His abrupt words left me completely stunned. I was about to give birth, yet he's asking me to leave? The reality that I was being thrown out of my home was inescapable. He really wants me, with no income, to survive on my own? Wasn't he excited for our baby's arrival? As I couldn't comprehend this, he delivered the final blow.
Get out! Don't come back until I say you can.
Wait a minute. This is so sudden, I don't understand.
Just shut up and leave now.
Terrified my yelling husband, my legs shook. Not knowing what to do, I quickly packed some things and called my father. He said he would come to pick me up, and I decided to take refuge at my parents' house for a while. That's how I left the house, as if fleeing. The following days were tough. Adam wouldn't reply to my messages or calls. My father apparently talked to him once, but he was vague about the conversation. Why could my father talk to him, but not me? I couldn't stop crying from the shock. The next month, while cooking with my mom, the doorbell rang. My dad unusually answered it, so I continued cooking. Then, he called my mom and me into the living room. There stood Adam and Holly. Adam, it's been a while.
Jane, have you been okay?
How could I be okay? You've been ignoring all my calls and messages. What have you been doing? Why? I couldn't suppress my questions and ended up speaking harshly. My pent-up anger and sadness had definitely reached a peak. Adam lowered his head, his voice trembling as if he were crying.
Jane, I'm really sorry. I had no other way to do this without telling you anything.
What do you mean? I don't understand what you're apologizing for.
I didn't want to do this either, but this was the only way to protect you.
Protect me? I asked back immediately, not understanding what he meant. He nodded slightly and began to explain.
My being cold to you and sending you back to your parents was all to protect you.
That still doesn't make any sense to me.
Do you remember the letters I was receiving?
Yes, I remember. The ones you never showed me, no matter how many times I asked.
Right. I brought them today.
He took out a bunch of letters from his bag and laid them on the table. Reading the words in the letters, I was speechless. Divorce your wife. If you don't, your wife will be harmed. Do you care what happens to the child? Divorce a useless woman who can only bear a girl. Tears flowed freely as I read the heartless words. Adam had kept these letters from me to protect my feelings, just as he said.
Not knowing who sent these, I thought it could be someone dangerous. I feared for your safety when you were alone during the day.
So that's why you told me to leave?
Yes. I thought our house might be bugged or under surveillance. That's why I had to say it like that. I'm really sorry.
Adam.
As I explained everything to your father over the phone and asked him to relay the message to your mother, I just wanted you to be kept in the dark until everything was settled.
Why? Why did you have to bear this alone? Then he showed a troubled smile and spoke tearfully.
Because you're kind but stubborn. If I told you everything, I knew you'd say, I'm fine, I want to stay with you, and refuse to go to your parents.
Well,
I knew you'd insist on facing this together.
my parents nodded in agreement. I then asked about something that had been bothering me. Adam, why did you bring your mother here? The atmosphere froze with my question. Adam, trembling, confessed.
The sender of the letters was actually my mom.
No way! She's your mother. She wouldn't.
She told me something. She splashed holy water at you, didn't she?
Yes, that happened.
She was determined to make us divorce. When I mentioned consulting the police about the letters, she immediately confessed.
That's unbelievable. Holly, pale-faced and downcast, winced when I called her name. She then glared at me and yelled, "It's all your fault! My son hates me because of you!" Holly, if it weren't for you, Adam would still be with me. Overwhelmed, she screamed in distress, leaving my parents and me speechless. Adam, remaining composed, firmly grabbed her arm and spoke sternly.
Enough already. How much trouble do you need to cause? You promised to apologize today, coming here. But she took you away from me, from your mother. Nonsense. You have no right to call yourself a mother after sending those criminal letters. I won't let you meet our child, and I won't see you again. Our relationship ends today. Stay out of our lives. No! Adam, please forgive me. She broke down in tears. I felt no sympathy, only pity for her. Later, her husband Derek forcefully took her home. It seems he's now considering divorce. Adam and I are suing her for the letters. Having only worked part-time before, she's struggling with multiple jobs to pay the compensation. As for me, I recently gave birth to a healthy baby girl. Keeping up with her rapid growth is my sole focus. Hoping her future is filled with light, we named her Lucy. She will have many experiences as she grows. As parents, Adam and I will support her as much as we can. That's our plan for now.